Hello everyone and welcome to round number 6 of Tri-C. We are right now in the qualifying session, and you might notice that there is someone right behind me, and that is not because I was slow. If you're familiar with the regular Tri-C qualifying layout, we usually have a green, white, checkered flag, but because the track was falling apart, we were actually going to have the bus stop in the straight, but due to there being a pothole in the middle of the track, we didn't want rocks being thrown at people, so we kind of made a 5-minute qualifying session. And right here, what you see me doing is getting a little bit of slipstream and taking advantage of the fact that William has just overtaken me. So we're going to make sure that we can stick in close. You saw how far back we were. We gave ourselves a bit of a gap so we can kind of catch him throughout the lap right here, and you see me tucking in real nice. Definitely gained some time right here, and we're going to see what kind of lap time we can put down. It's feeling pretty good. We got a pretty good exit there. The lap was pretty clean. We're about to take the checkered flag right here. Actually, not the checkered flag because it is not that type of qualifying session. But you can see right here that I did an absolutely incredible job. A P1 start right here with the title rival Seth right on the left. So we're going to see what we can do. This is the first time we start on pole for a very long time. And you're about to notice that it is completely true. As you can tell that I am letting Seth get in front. Not what you're supposed to do even before the race starts, so I'm kind of just pointing. I don't really know what to do here, but I'm going to try to focus on getting a good start. We've got the foot down. Seth is going to be creeping up on us and a little bit on the left, but we have someone pushing us, and we also have the inside line through here, and we see Seth getting absolutely trained through there. That outside line, it's almost sometimes best if you're in second place just to finish third, because you're just going to get trained like that. It's really, really hard. Now, I'm saying let's work together, but at the same time I'm also going defensive, so kind of going against my own word, and he actually wasn't going to overtake me, so I end up just losing a bunch of time through there. But at the end of the day, we're halfway through the first lap, and things are looking really, really well for us. We just got to keep it really clean. I know Matt right behind us has some pretty good pace. I know Rafi has some pretty good pace. We have Seth, and we also have William behind us as well. And we also have some special guests, some guys from Phoenix, some PKRA folks here, and you're going to see that the peace treaty has now ended. He's trying to make a move on me. I'm going to pitch him a little bit on the inside, and I'm going to cut back on him into turn 2. Absolutely a dominant move by me, making sure that we stay up front, not letting people mess with us, and we're going to make sure that we actually don't go defensive, which is pretty counterintuitive towards what was going on in the first lap, but we're going to forget about it, and we're going to just keep moving forward and try not to lose any more time as possible, because we want to separate ourselves from Seth. We want to take this weekend and take the advantage that he is not behind us right now. He's not in front of us, and we can maybe build some points back and hopefully get some back on the championship. Meanwhile, we have William sending moves in, making his way up the pack. He was also behind Seth, and he probably got trained as well throughout the first turn and the beginning of the lap, and you can see him making up some moves right there onto that hairpin. Probably the best overtaking zone that we have here on the track. If you have the opportunity and you can send it up the inside, it's going to be a real nice, easy overtaking right there. So halfway through the race, also you might notice that the laps are a bit shorter. That's because of the whole fiasco that we had earlier on. And the fiasco we are having right now is that I'm getting overtaken, but I get the cutback and I'm able to, never mind, I'm not able to hold my move down right there. So we got William in front, we got Matt in the back, Seth, you can see him right there, that blue speck on the rear view mirror. But as I was saying, we have 2 laps left because of the whole fiasco in the morning of changing the track layout. So it's going to be 10 laps for the heat race, and it's going to be 20 as per usual in the main. Now, we are going defensive in through here. I felt that Matt was trying to make a move. I guess he's also under pressure from Rafi as well. But going into lap 7, Rafi is actually going to try to make a move. Matt hangs it around side. Let's see if we can maybe... Oh, and Matt is able to hang on to the final podium position right there. And this is good news for us, because while they're fighting, William and I can just kind of stay... I can stay in a slipstream and kind of just slowly pull myself away. But it seems like Matt has actually a decent pace, and he's able to kind of catch back up a little bit here. I think he never actually broke out of the slipstream, and if he would have, then it would have been game over for him. But you can see right here, making a ton of time on me, into that turn one. One of the really good things about this rear view mirror, you can kind of see where the person behind you is also making up time. So one of my favorite things about this rear view mirror right here. But going into 2 laps left, we just got to keep it clean. At the end of the day, we can either finish in first, finish in third, or we can completely screw up and finish way further back, but we can also keep things as they are and finish in second. So many options, many things to choose from. Ideally, first would be sweet, get more points, and who doesn't like to win the race? But we can see right here William making a total mistake. He's going to cover the inside. I'm going to go through the outside, thinking I might try to cut him up on the turn one, but unfortunately, Matthew's going to actually push him forward, and I'm going to lose a position there, going into third place. I tried to send it up the inside. I wasn't really sure what I was thinking. I should have definitely just waited till I got to the hairpin, because now I'm under threat from Rafi right now. Instead, I could have be putting Matt under threat from there. I'm going to park it on the apex. He's going to bump me a bit forward, and we're going to just try to hang on for these last few laps, hopefully getting a really good run through this bus stop. And it seems like that's exactly what we're doing. We want to get Rafi away from our slipstream and away from a threat going through there. So we check back, going into the straight, check back again, making sure that we are clear, hoping that there's going to be a calamity up in the front, but it doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, a third place is not bad at all. And as I was saying earlier, we're going to have that inside line, and we're going to hopefully try to take advantage of that. You can see me checking back, checking to see where Seth is, and just making sure, but also checking in and seeing how many points am I putting up on him. As you know, this is the 6th round of 8, and the goal of racing is to win, and I'm hoping to put some points up on Seth to then win. So I hope that's, crystal clear as we step into the main race right here. We are in the 2nd row. We have Seth behind us, William in the front, we have Matt on the left, and then we also have another Rafi on the left. And we got a little nice feature from the factory carts. So that's actually another driver named Matt. So full of Matts, full of action. And it's pretty good to see a factory cart bringing in that 206 platform, doing some testing, putting in some good work, and, at the end of the day, getting some pretty good results against these established VLR carts. So pretty good for them, pretty good for me as I get an incredible start going into here, making sure I clear myself from everybody else. We have Seth and Matt making moves on each other, banging wheels together, and we have a bunch of people flying off. We have actually Matt pushing Seth off, and Seth falls down the pack, but this is great news for us, because it's just William and I up at front. So a super hectic first start right there. Pretty unfortunate for Seth, pretty unfortunate for Rafi, and pretty unfortunate for about the million other people who fell off the track right there. But in that misfortune, we had incredible fortune, as it's just going to be William and I right now at this point. If we just stay together, keep everything nice and clean, it is going to be just him and I fighting for the lead right here. So we're just going to tuck in, stay in the slipstream. And one of the things that I noticed in the previous race, which I was talking to Casey about, is that the gearing between him and I is just a slightly bit different. So he has more bottom end, I got more top end, and actually we can see right here we have a back marker already in front of us. So definitely someone who did have that misfortune that we were talking about into turn one, and it seems like it's actually the Mr. Rafi all the way from Phoenix. So I'm not sure what happened there, but clearly it was not ideal for him. Now we're going to try to tuck in the slipstream. I know that this right now with him, he's actually helping William along as well. So this technically isn't really benefiting me. We're going to see if he's actually going to just pull to the side right now, get those blue flags. But he doesn't actually let off. So I guess he's, back in front of us, and back in front of William, giving him more slipstream. Not what we want right here. But William actually drops a wheel. This is going to be my opportunity to make a move up on the inside. So we're going to see if we can get that move lined up. But clearly we cannot, because Rafi is in the way. And almost who is in the way is that track marshal right there, who I almost sideswiped with my rear wheel. But it's alright, we have William still right in front of us. He probably got distracted by Rafi, which is why he made that mistake. So even if Rafi wasn't there, that mistake probably wouldn't have happened. But we're just going to forget about it. We're checking back. We see into lap 4, we have a ton of space. It's kind of just our own race right here. He makes another mistake, just like we saw on lap number 9 of the heat. But this time, we are able to capitalize on that move, and we get right in front, almost right back onto the racing line. And now we just need to focus on staying in front. We still have 75% of the race to go, and I know William is super, super quick, so it's just going to be a game of who can stay in front. Now, as I mentioned, another factor that's playing into the role, you're going to see now that he's behind me, where he can catch me and where I can kind of drop him off a little bit as well. I think he had probably the most ideal gearing. Actually, coming into the end of that straight, he actually hits rev limiter before me, and definitely on the start-finish straight as well. So even through here, it's kind of tricky, especially with him being in my slipstream. It's going to be super, super hard to even just try to pull away from him. So right now, he's going to try to make a move on me. I'm going to go all the way out. I'm going to see if I can get him on the cutback right here, see if we can get just enough. And unlike in the heat, we are able to stay in front and hold that down. So coming into lap 9, that was just about almost halfway through the race. We're able to start fighting a little bit. We're checking back and seeing that Matt is actually way, way behind us. So we're just kind of in our own race. As long as we don't take each other out or do anything, super silly, everything's going to be okay. But right now, take a look and see how much closer he is to me. But right now, you can see me slowly kind of pulling away because he hits rev limiter just a little bit before I do. And the reason for that is he's actually not using a number 35 chain. He's actually using a 219 chain, similar to what people use in the KA. So that kind of helps him get a little bit more acceleration, and it's also going to help him make a move on me right here, and he's going to make sure to park it real nice on the apex, and I'm not able to get the cutback on him, kind of letting off a little bit so we don't collide as you saw me collide with somebody else, but taking evasive action and making sure that we don't make an absolute mess of it, because we still have half the race to go. And you can see me once again, he actually was hitting rev limiter right at the end of that straight, so we're just going to hope and pray that William makes another mistake on the exit of the final turn so I can overtake him once again. And right now, it is lap number 12. He almost drops a wheel right there, getting super, super close. You can actually get a ton of grip out of those curbs in the corner, especially when the line has been rubbered down, especially throughout the race weekend. But fast forwarding into lap number 16, we've just been I've been slowly just trying to stick with him. We got a back marker in there. We're going to see if this back marker might mess him up just like Rafi did early on in the race. And we're going to see what happens. He actually gets a pretty bad exit through there. We have the opportunity to make a move, go through the outside, but the issue is right on the inside. We had the back marker there, and I wasn't able to get up on the inside going into turn 1. So pretty unfortunate there, but we're going to see what we can do. We still got a few more laps. See if you can make another mistake. It is the start of lap number 19. We got 2 more laps to go, and I'm just a bit too far back to make anything work out for me here. One of the issues that I was getting throughout the race is I couldn't get a good run enough out of turn 1 unless he made a mistake to make a move on him at the end of turn 1. And now it was super, super key. If I wanted to have any opportunity of getting him at the hairpin, I needed to make sure I took as much speed as possible through that first turn. But I also didn't want to put too much risk and just send myself off at the end of the track right there. So we're going to see what we can do. We're going to maybe hope that he makes another mistake through here. We have another back marker. Let's see if he's going to play any role in the outcome of this race. So starting the final lap right here, getting a really good exit, but so does William. And with that bottom end, he's able to pull on me just a bit more, trying to stay in that slipstream, but it's just not going to work. Let's see how much closer we can get, but it's not going to do us any good. We got to carry as much speed as possible through here. Maybe one of the things that we can look at in practice is how to carry just a bit more and just a bit more speed through there. Maybe putting in a little bit and a little bit less brake every single time. But definitely something you want to do in practice because there is a big patch of dirt you do not want to be inside of. We take that apex extremely well. We're going to see what we can do. There's sometimes I notice that I'm able to kind of catch him through that apex session and through this bus stop. But once again, it's that bottom end that he's got on me and he's able to just pull on me. And on top of that, probably catching just a little bit of slipstream with the guy in front. Let's see if he makes another mistake coming out of the final turn, and he does not. So we are able to just catch a second place right there. At the end of the day, an incredible finish, a nice little thumb and pinky from Mr. William just for us right there. But at the end of the day, super, super happy with the result. Very, very pleased, and this was actually the best result I've had for Tri-C the whole year. So was able to get in a bunch of points, And unfortunately for Seth, he actually was taken out when we saw that incident with Matt and him in the front. So he was actually disqualified. I think because he didn't weigh in. At least that's what the point said. But a big opportunity to get points back on him. Yeah, we're going to see what happens for round number 7. Super excited. Stay tuned. Let's see what we can do. And hopefully, get another good round in. Another good round of points. Hopefully, some podiums. And just be back up there on the step. Hopefully, maybe even on the top step. I'm sure you would like to see that, unless you're rooting against me. And if you are, please like and subscribe.
Gas caps up, gas caps up.